Hey, your girl is coming back in with another one. I didn't even know how to title this, y'all, but blessings, everybody, beautiful people. I did not even know how to title this. Maybe somebody talked about this, but I'm going to talk about this one. Oh, I'm doing too much. But I'm going to talk about this one because you and even the narc, especially the narc, did not expect this, okay? So this one is basically, I'm gonna look. I'm not typing this. Look, but anyway, this one is basically like when you get with the narc, whether you got with the narc while they were cheating with you and you knew or didn't know, and the person that they are with always knew that the narc was a cheater. We're not gonna do this. Always knew that the narc was a cheater. Okay, they love to do this when it's somebody close. Okay, when it's somebody close, that the narc is such a cheater that you might be friends or whatever with the narc or both of them or whatever, and you're truly just being a friend. That's all I can say about that. But because the narc is always cheating, every time I'm sorry. I'm sorry, excuse me. Because I was about to say the wrong thing, but I do have to say this. I don't have time for this one right here. But I do have to say this. I was going to be like, you know, if the narc is a male, that, you know, the wife or whomever the narc is with is very suspect about the same sex that they are because they don't trust the narc. But I gotta be honest, sometimes it can be that friend that's the same sex as the narc. Okay, so whether the person knew about it or not, let's just put it that way, this is something that you and the narc did not expect. So if somebody came around, if somebody came around that the main supply, there we go, the main supply knew that narc would be attracted to, so the main supply can be a man or a woman, and you two can have friends from both sex. But if the main supply knows that the narc is a cheater, they're just going to assume that everybody is just like up for grabs. There we go, up for grabs. So they're not going to trust you as a friend because of the narc. I'm not even going to look at my notes because I got this. They don't trust you as a friend or a family member or anyone close to them because of the narc. So now you're in this category of something that you never even like signed up for, or it's something that you just never did or whatever. But what happens is, whether it can go two different ways. Whether the narc is attracted to you or not, and the main supply is aware, or the main supply just assume or think that the narc is going to be attracted to you because the narc is a liar and a cheater, they're just going to put you in the same category. So what happens is, the main supply would dump the narc, okay? Would dump and get rid of the narc, okay? Because maybe they're assuming, or maybe the narc made them assume that something was going on that wasn't really going on. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to get to my point. But the main supply is convinced. It doesn't matter. The main supply is convinced that narc is like all into you, whether you are the opposite sex or the same sex as the narc, because main supply knows all the narc secrets, okay? So what happens is, the main supply would dump the narc. And let's say you in a narc got nothing going on. So the narc comes running to you like, oh, I can't believe it. I don't know what I did. And you not knowing what's going on in their relationship. So you're just listening to the narc or whatever. You're just listening to the narc. Now, it could be you or not you. So let's just say it's not you. You're the one that's like just listening to the narc. You don't know what's going on, but you still cool with the narc because you didn't know it was a narc. And main supply dumped the narc. So the narc went on with a supply that they actually was cheating on the main supply with their wife, their husband. So I don't want to confuse you guys. So the narc may have been cheating on their spouse, but it wasn't with you. But the main supply dumped the narc, and then the narc had to just move on to whomever they was cheating with. So the narc went to the next person, and that relationship might have lasted for whatever it lasted, and now the narc is starting over again because the narc is still a narc, and the narc got another supply, and then maybe years later, narc might come to you, and it's like years later, and you're just like, oh, I thought you guys were like, get back together or whatever, and narc like, no. So the narc is like playing the heartstrings on your sympathy. And the narc is like, yeah, I just wish that she or he was like you, because you always been a really good person or whatever, okay? So maybe you do or don't date the narc, or the narc moves on to another supply, because sometimes narcs are smart enough not to get in that lane. They rather have you as not even a flying monkey. They just rather have you in their life just to try to rope you in later, or they would try to make you a flying monkey. But if the narc really wanted you, they're just going to move on or whatever and just keep you updated with all the people that they've been through, okay? But they never made a move on you. So what happens is, now they make a move on you, and you decided years later, like, oh, okay, because narc convinced you that you were the one. You wasn't the one that caused the main supply to leave the narc, because that wasn't you. They was somewhere over there. You had your own thing going on, okay? So now this thing come up where the narc is now pursuing you, and it's been like, let's say 6, 7, 8, 10 years that the narc had been with their main supply, their main spouse, husband, wife, whomever, and now you get with the narc, and now all the things about the narc is coming out to you. Now you're realizing that this person is like, oh, now I see why such and such left your ass, okay? So then you leave the narc, and now you gone for how many, whatever years or whatever, and then you find out, here's the trick, y'all. Then you find out that the narc went back to that main supply that they was with 10, 15 years ago. Or less. We'll say a little bit less, okay? And the whole reason behind that was because the main supply, him or her, knew that the narc was a liar and a cheater, whether it was you or not. They decided that they were going to let the narc just go out there and cheat and do whatever they're going to do, because they are expecting whomever the narc moves on to will fix them. Boom. They expect that whomever the narc moved over and onto would fix them to be whom they want the narc to be. They want the narc to just go out there and learn experiences from everybody that they're getting with. But what happens is the narc doesn't learn nothing. The narc is just continuing the cycle of being a narc. Now, the narc might learn some things from new people, because not everybody is like the main supply. Not everybody is stupid. Not everybody is cuckoo for crazy in love with the narc, okay? But what the narcs do, what we talk about, they're still parts of your identity. Whether the old supply know this or not. But what the narc do, they pick up your identity, so they now, because they don't have an identity, so they're now molding all the things that they liked about everybody that they encountered, and they're making it to be them. So let's say it's been 10 years. And narc, here we go. And narc was married to whomever, and they got kids, so now the kids had kids. Now they going to meet again because they got grandkids or whatever, because they're grandparents. So the narc would like try to like get back with that main supply, pretending to be a whole new person. But what they are is everybody that they've been with after they got dumped by the main supply. The main supply set this whole damn thing up. Fire, y'all didn't know that was coming, did y'all? Y'all know that was coming. This was the whole main supply plan. is to send that damn narc out there to go fishing and fishing and fishing and relationship and narking to the point they're hoping that the narc got with someone that changed them, that made them better, that fixed them so that the old supply can take this narc back. Some old supplies will even remarry the narc because they're thinking that they are fixed by letting them out into the world, dropping their ass off into the ocean and letting them swim about their way, trying to catch whatever they can catch, okay? But it didn't change the narc. It didn't change the narc. The narc was just building up new false identities with the things that they liked about the other person. So maybe the other person was a good reader, or maybe the other person was like in fitness and health. Maybe the other person started eating vegetarian or vegan or whatever, or they had some type of hobby and the narc just followed the lead. So then when the when the old supply meet back up with the narc is a different person in their eyes. But the narc is still the person that they left 10 years ago. They can only pretend for so long. So now this person feel like, okay, I can get back with the narc. So the narc might shoot their shot like, yeah, I want us to be back together. We got grandkids and, you've been the best thing I ever had. It's nothing out there. You've been the best I ever had. So now the old supply is soaking all of that up. Sucking it all up, thinking that the narc is a new person. But all the narc did was bring more new identities of people that they stole their identity, but they still are the same exact person, okay? So the old supply is like, wow, narc wants to go fishing, narc wants to do gardening, narc wants to go on trips, narc wants to do all these things that they never did with the old supply. But the narc learned all these things with all the new supplies that they've been through. So the old supply may not even got into another relationship, or maybe got into one, but when they met again, neither one of them was in a relationship. So this gives the opportunity for the narc to come back. And even if the old supply was in a relationship, they're going to leave that relationship because they're thinking that the narc got fixed and trained through all the supplies to be what they wanted them to be. I hope y'all is with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. I'm telling y'all, this is facts. The old supply would literally set up innocent people just to rid the narc, just to have them go and fix the narc and bring the narc back to them, or allow the narc to come back to them. I'm telling you, this is what you in the narc did not expect. Because the narc always think that they are in control of every damn thing, but they don't know that they taught the supply some things too. Okay? So when you're done with them and you see them back with the old supply that went 11 years and now they back together, and you scratching your head like, damn, you went back to such and such. What was the point of us being together? That's because the old supply sent the narc out for training. Military training on how to be a decent human being. And they're not right either, because they learned some toxicity from the narc, and this is how they came up with this diabolical ass plan that it's gonna backfire, because narc is always gonna be narc, because the demons never leave the narc, okay? And the demons is attaching to anybody that the narc is with, unless you're strong enough to have the Most High and the Holy Spirit inside of you to detach that way. A narc cannot come back to you when you have the Holy Spirit in you. They can only go back to any darkness that they had in their past. So basically the old supply is still in this darkness. So this is why the narc is able to come back thinking they're going to rekindle. Well, I don't know what the hell they're going to rekindle. Havoc, hell, shenanigans, toxicity. They're going to rekindle hell. And now that they're older, this is terrible, because now they're going to rekindle hell to their deathbed. So all the new supply did was allow the narc to take them down at the end of the day, because Satan is going to take both of them both of them out, both of their souls. Satan gonna take them out. The narc has finished their plan, but the narc did not think that Satan would take them out too, because when the narc got back to that main old supply, they thought that's all Satan wanted. They made this deal with Satan. They was loving and enjoying and kiki and ha-ha and every time they did something to somebody, and they're in the background thinking it's so funny, but they don't know that at the end of the day, they got to pay the cost too. Now, I'm about to end this because I did have another topic. There we go. Perfect timing. I set my alarm, you guys. I did have another topic that I was going to talk about. It's a birthday thing with a twist. I don't know. I may or may not come back in, but if I don't, I will cover the birthday twist tomorrow. But I hope that this resonated. I hope that this resonated, because this was a doozy. This was a doozy. A female or a male narc, they main supply know who they are. So sometimes they will allow the narc to recruit people and call them friends, but what they're doing is recruiting new supply for the narc so that the narc can go about their way, give them a breath, give them some space, but fix them. And then when the narc knock on them, they coming back better. Make this make sense. Make it make sense. Ain't nobody got time for that. There's a billion people out in the world. Ain't nobody got time for that. When I be seeing and listening and watching some of these videos, and I be like, I would have been done at that. Now, don't get me wrong, because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I should have been done at that. But when you're with these creatures, you don't understand, because they block your thinking. They're blocking your thinking with Satan. And Satan can cloud your whole judgment until you step back. Until you step back. Now, with that being said, God bless you guys. I see you guys on the next one. May you sleep in slumber with no nightmares, and the blood of Jesus is covered over you as you're sleeping and slumbering, so no nightmares come to you, or you're sleeping in peace. But this one, y'all, this was hard for me to explain. Now I got to go back and watch what I just said and make sure it made sense. We're going to do the birthday one. The birthday one, guys, story time. Story time. And I'm like, sis, for real? For real? You cannot put nothing past these demons. You can't put nothing past these evil, toxic ass people that shouldn't even be here at all. But they're here. God bless.